G'day, Tragic here, and let's see what's in this box from the collection. This is a very early box. You can see that's early because it's a different type of box. One of the very first ones I packed or unpacked. I have to try and open it without ruining the box. Since I'm renting nowadays, I'll probably have to move at some point in the near future. Okay, what have we got here? Oh, there's a light games. It's a box of light stuff. Okay, a pretty cool game called Arborium, which is basically a set collection game where you build a really fancy garden. Now, this is the collector's edition. I would strongly recommend not buying this edition. It comes in this gorgeous wooden box, but the cards look terrible. They've all got this sort of silver light. I haven't actually played this version because I just play my normal old version. But the cards are all in this sort of foil look from Magic the Gathering, and it dulls all the art, and it just doesn't look good. It's a real badly done collector's edition, in my opinion, and I would strongly recommend anyone interested in this game, which is a good game, to get it the normal edition. I mean, the box is gorgeous though. But yeah, so basically you just got all these different types of trees and you build a garden with it. It's a set collection, simple card game. Very, very fun. Dark Overlord. So this is I don't know, like a guided RPG game. Basically, it's just basically a deck of cards. So basically the premise of this game is that you're like little goblin servers to an evil, master. There's actually two sets of rules in here. One's called Dark Overlord, one's called Dark Master. Anyway, whatever. The point is, there's been some kind of fuck up, right? His plans have been thwarted by the heroes or something, and whoever takes the blame is, they're dead. So the way this game works is that it's sort of like a chain of stories. So one person tells a line, and then the next person tells lines, and the next person tells lines, and you're all trying to deflect the blame from yourself. So it's basically a game that teaches you how to lie. I wouldn't play this with children. And the cards sort of give you limitations on what you can say in your lie, and whether your lie is believable or not. The other people have these cards that they can play to expose your lies and stuff like that. So have you ever heard of a game called Baron Munchausen? It's similar to that, is in the focus of this game is actually storytelling, not gameplay. You could really play this game without any physical cards at all. Still, it's an interesting game. And yeah, it's pretty fun. I don't really play it because I don't like playing this game with kids, but it's sort of designed for kids. But I don't like playing with the game with kids because it basically teaches you how to lie better. And God knows, kids don't need that. What else we got in here? This is Eaten by Zombies. This is a deck builder where you're basically trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. It's got this beautiful, dusty in this case, sort of ammo box case. And this sort of came out at the height of the deck builder phase, and I liked the theme, but unfortunately the game did not click with me very well. It's just, I mean, the art's good, the theme's good, some of the ideas are good, but there were just so many deck builders that came out in that short period of time that, I got this and Animate Domain sort of around about the same time, and also Core Worlds came out, and there were just, and Mage Knight. So many deck builders came out where this just, never really got played much. Among the Stars, this is a great tile laying game where you build a space station. So each of these little cards is like a module of the space station, and they all interlink. You've got power modules, and you've got, trash modules and all this kind of stuff. You've got to basically build a space station, and it's points based on how big your space station is built. So it's a tile laying game. Very, very good. Really, really fun. It's got some confusing rules about how to deal with different player counts because it doesn't balance very well. Okay, so this is Isle of Skye. This is a fantastic tile laying game. So basically, you are building a sort of Scottish, you know, I don't know what the word is, landscape, I suppose. So each tile has little things on it, little icons. Let me just try and get one out for you. Okay, so each tile basically has to connect to another tile. So you can't put it like that, but I could put it like, I can't put it like that because of the mountain. I could put these two together, or I could put like that, and that's my juggling skills, and like that. And basically the way it works is everything connects to your castle. So you have a castle, you've got to connect it by the road, you pick up gold as you go, and then depending on the icons, so is there any icons here? So this one here's got cows and a boat. So this one, you know, it's got this thing. And so there's all these different ways the icons can contribute to your wealth as a lord. Now, it does have a sort of Terra Mystica style these sort of cards come out, which show how each individual round is going to score. So in one round, cows might be worth the fortune, and another round, people are more interested in buying sheep. So, but it's a great tile laying game, a fantastic one. And this replaced a game called Cacao, which was my go-to tile laying game for many years, which in turn replaced Vespalooza or whatever it was called, that one about the gods. Fantastic game. I have all the expansions for that. I don't think it's mixed into that box, so we'll probably find them eventually as we go. This is a game that I bought from my little cousin. You can see it's not open because we've never played it at my house. I bought 2 copies, one for my house, one for him. It's called Draftosaurus, and it's basically a game where you build your own dinosaur zoos, and it's just a fantastic game. They've made 2 expansions that I've got. I don't know if they've made more, where you have Pterodactyl Park and a Diplodocus, you know, like water park. So it's basically Jurassic Park, the board game designed for kids, but this is an absolute 100% by design, I think, gateway game. If you want to get your kids into, you know, Euros and into more complicated, more interesting board games, this is a great one. So is this one, actually. It's very, very good. It's a bit dry, but maybe Among the Stars is good. But anyway, this one here particularly, I mean, it is a gateway game. This has pretty much all the stuff you need to create board game fans. It's a fantastic game. Even adults play it. It's got a dinosaur theme, which everybody loves. It is just a massive hit. What else is in here? Okay, so this is Tyrants of the Underdark, a very underrated, unknown game, unfortunately. This is a deck builder. Now, you might know the Underdark is a D&D setting, and basically this is a deck builder where you play dark elves and dark dwarves and stuff, and it's all about building up your deck and being murderous monsters. But what's interesting, unlike almost every other deck builder, is it has an area control map that you have to take over as part of the game mechanics. This is actually a fantastic game. There is a single expansion for it, but it never got released outside of Spain or wherever this was originally designed, and it's possible to get. I can't even get decent scans to make my own copy of it, because it was basically just new cards. But, you know, this game deserved more love, because it really is fantastic. Fantastic game. And finally, we have Eclipse. I don't think I need to explain this one. This is the original edition. I think it does have the first expansion in it. I do not have the ship expansion. What to say? When I first started really getting into board games outside of card games and outside of RPGs, space games were my thing. I've always had this comment, anything in space is better. Like back in the 70s, Dune was my favorite game of all time. And Twilight Imperium I loved. I love these big, crunchy, science fiction themed games. So when this came out, it was sort of a throwback for me. It was the first one I really got into in ages. So it's a 4X game, but it's not like Twilight Imperium or anything. It's basically a Euro. It's a thematic 4X sort of sci-fi game hidden as a Euro game. It has very Euro game centric mechanics. It's just a fantastic game. I mean, it still has die rolling, so it's not all just about how well you play. There's definitely some luck involved, but it's just got some great stuff. It's got this beautiful system for handling how you research new technologies. It's got a hex map that obviously changes every time you play. It's got interesting locations on the hex map. It's just a fantastic game. Now, they did release a re-release, Eclipse 2, which by all accounts is better, but I don't know. I don't usually buy second and third editions of games, I mean, there are exceptions, of course, like Arkham Horror. I've bought all the editions of that, except Arkham Knights, that single board game version of it I didn't buy. If they make like a new edition, a new blinged up edition of Mage Knight, I'll probably buy it. Stuff like that. Games that I play all the time, I might upgrade. But this game is good. It's already good. If I buy number 2, it's sort of like, yeah, this could be good as well, but yeah, I just don't know, Like, for example, Duel of Ages 2 is one of my favorite games, and I've just bought Duel of Ages 3, or World Span, or whatever the hell they call it. So that's basically going to take Duel of Ages 1, which is now on the shelf, and Duel of Ages 2, which is now going to go on the shelf and just never, ever be played. And when you've got a collection the size of mine, there's 2 schools of thought, really. There is, I could just get the upgrades, the other ones just go on the shelf and get forgotten about, whatever. Or, I've already got this game, do I really want this, or do I want to get something new? I'm not here to say that this is better than the first one. I'm just saying this one satisfies me completely. I have no need to upgrade this, because this game is fantastic. Well, that's this box. That's a pretty good box. Eclipse and the Underdark, completely underrated games. Love them. This little kids game is fantastic. Isle of Skye, excellent. Good game, terrible edition. Okay game, interesting game. And Among the Stars, good game. I'll see you guys